If you are around my age and watching this video, your days probably look a little bit like this. Scrolling the same couple of apps any moment you have nothing else going on. On the toilet, while working, while walking, while waiting for the elevator. I've been trying to get my screen time down for months now, but I decided to take a bigger step and just completely block all of my social media apps for one full week. And this is how it went.
A wild Nina has appeared.
We see Nina in her natural habitats.
She's on her phone. Her brain is addled from all the online activity she has witnessed today
We see her brain slowly starting to rot.
and deteriorate.
The process has begun.
Good morning. I just woke up. I just spent about 15 minutes on my phone trying to block all the apps, which was a little bit weird because I was trying not to be on my phone. Right now, I'm pretty excited to just read and not be online and just have a slow morning. So currently I'm still excited, but we'll see how long that lasts. Good evening. It is 9:30 right now. I'm drinking a cup of tea before I go get ready for bed. And I thought I would give you a day one update. So today was actually really easy, like a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now I did have a full busy day. Like I had work from 8 to about 5. And then at like 5:30, Leora came over, we had dinner, and then we went to the movies, and then I just got home. I think I opened Instagram like 3 or 4 times out of just habit, and then the moment I saw the notification of like, hey, you're not allowed to be on here, I was like, oh, that's true, and then I closed it again. My morning was so much nicer than I thought it would be. I had a 2-week break before this, and this morning was the first time in 2 weeks that I had to get up at 6:30. And I was kind of dreading it because I'm not a morning person, so I know that I find it hard to get back into that routine. And this morning, because I didn't have social media, I ended up having a really relaxed morning. I read for like 40 minutes. I'm also curious to see if I will sleep better because I cannot go on my phone right now. So hopefully I will feel just like very rested and fall asleep quickly. We'll see. It is Wednesday morning. Yesterday, I didn't really struggle at all with not being on social media. I was at work all day, and then after work, I went for drinks and then dinner with some friends. I did notice again that I opened Instagram a few times during the day. Now, today is the first day where, first of all, I am working from home all day, and second of all, I don't have any plans in the evening. Leora is coming over to do our weekly work day here, so I think that will help. But I think it will be a lot harder to not be on social media today than it was the past 2 days. Because when I'm at work, I am teaching. So I obviously don't go on my phone when I have a class full of children. But when I'm working from home, I grab my phone a lot more to just like take little breaks in between working. I also did have a moment yesterday where I was sitting on the couch after I got back from dinner, and I grabbed my phone and I was like, oh no, I can be on social media. And then I proceeded to spend like 15 minutes still on my phone, but on all the apps that I am allowed to be on. Like I read articles on like my menstrual cycle tracking app, and I checked my email just because I kind of wanted to do nothing and kind of scroll my phone. What are you doing? So, I wanted to give an update that I haven't missed social media at all.
Echt? Wil jij geen plaatjes zien van 2 knakkers in de auto
Op een bedje van sla met wielen van komkommer.
Well, if I need to see that, then you can just show me. How is social media affecting your workday right now?
Oh my god, it's so slay. It's such a funny dog.
I was just gonna say that I had a pretty productive morning and I'm still going strong. I have not had the urge to grab my phone and be on Instagram. But it's very entertaining to see Leora being distracted by Twitter and me just being able to work.
You're like, it's so entertaining the fact that I'm superior.
It's so fun to see that I'm better than you. Have you missed me on social media yet?
Yeah, because this morning I was like, blah, 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 about my story, and you were like, what is in your story? And I was
I
like,
hadn't seen the story. Well, I'm gonna go back to work, but I'm having such a productive day. I do have to upload a TikTok and Instagram reel in a few hours. So I'm curious to see if I have the self-control to not go on TikTok even though I have to open the app. And with Instagram as well, I am going to try to not check any notifications and stuff, but I don't know if I can do it once I've opened the app. I'm opening TikTok on my laptop, which makes me feel about 50 years old. But that way I can plan in my TikTok that I want to upload tomorrow. Okay, I did it. I have scheduled both the posts. It was a lot easier to do the TikTok on my laptop because the desktop version of TikTok just sucks, but it's a lot harder to like scroll or watch TikTok, so that was very easy to not go on the app. On Instagram I had to use the app because you can't use the desktop version to schedule content, and you have to keep the app open when it is uploading. So I did have like 15 seconds where I was kind of scrolling because I had to wait for the reel to upload, but I feel like that's allowed. I did have one moment a couple of minutes ago where I was scheduling my YouTube video and I wanted to do some research about the book that I read in that video to see if it was like on Book Talk, but I couldn't be on Book Talk. So I opened the TikTok on my laptop again and I tried searching for the book and just seeing how many videos there were. And then I just ended up texting my friend being like, so is this book on Book Talk? Because I cannot check. So I think that was kind of funny, but it wasn't even that I really wanted to be on TikTok. It's just that I kind of wanted to look something up and that happened to be on TikTok. And I've noticed that before. Like yesterday, I was talking about a festival that I'm going to and my friend asked me what the lineup was, and my first instinct was to go to Instagram because I know that there's a picture of the lineup there. But then I was like, oh, I can't do that, and I just looked it up on the website, which is not that big of a deal, but it's interesting. And the fact that it's been 3 days and I don't miss it at all definitely makes me think about how I want to go back onto social media after this week. I definitely think that I'm going to keep some restrictions and some strict time limits. I just got home from work and I'm so tired, and all I want to do is just scroll TikTok and not do anything or use my brain in any way. But I have my e-reader. I'm going to read. Okay, so it's Thursday night. I just got home from my writing class, and today was the first day that I really struggled. Firstly, the moment you saw when I just got home from work and I had a pretty long and busy day at work and my boyfriend was making dinner and I just really wanted to sit down and not really think. And I think it's interesting that that is the moment where I really miss that, because I think TikTok really does take a lot of brain power. It's just you don't really realize it, but then if you're already this tired, it kind of burns you out even more. And then the second part, which I think is really interesting, is while I was in my writing class, and today I noticed that I open social media on my laptop so often
during my writing class, because if there's like a discussion going on where I'm not really a part of it, or there's something that I'm not really, don't have an opinion on, I just open Instagram and scroll until I can join the conversation again. And I also sometimes have my journal open or have like some crochet stuff with me to do, which is kind of the same thing. It's just, I think it's just needing to do something with my hands or like something else. And I've noticed the same thing when I'm watching a show or YouTube on my TV this week, because it's definitely not something that I want to do. Like, I don't want to have to always do two things at the same time. And if I do want to do two things at the same time, I want it to be something like crochet, where I can still have my full like mental focus on whatever conversation I'm having or a show I'm watching, and just have something to do with my hands. But doing two things at the same time that both require mental power just means that I'm not giving any of them the attention that they deserve. So yeah, I'm definitely really happy with the way I feel this week not being on social media. So I think that is something I really want to try to remember. Good morning. I didn't really talk to the camera at all yesterday. It was actually a pretty uneventful day in terms of not being on social media. Now today is Saturday, which means the weekend has started, and I'm curious to see if I'm going to miss it now, because the weekends are definitely the time where I have obviously the most free time, so I spend the most time on my phone. I just made my coffee and I'm now going to go to my ceramics class. I'm really excited. We haven't had class in 3 weeks, so I cannot wait to go back. Shower, and I had a realization that I have not missed posting on my Instagram story at all. I post a lot on my story. I realized this because I had taken a photo earlier today with the intention of posting on my story, and then I just sent the photo to my best friend and I was like, oh, this is what I did today. And I was like, wait, this is what I would usually post on Instagram, and I haven't thought about it once this week. It is almost 10 right now, and I had a kind of weird night because I came home at around 5:30. So I was like, I'll just read and chill a little bit before dinner. And then by the time it was like 6:30, 7, which is when I usually have dinner, I was just feeling super tired. I was not feeling very hungry. I was just a little bit, I don't know. And I think definitely because I'm feeling a little bit weird, if I didn't have the blocks on my phone, I would have spent a lot of time on my phone and it would have just made me feel weirder. But the fact that I now kind of decided, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a shower and then kind of reset my mind, I think really worked. And generally, I think I have to admit that I've been happier without social media on my phone. And that feels a bit weird to say because, like, I don't want that to be true, even though I know that it's true. It's like, probably if you're watching this and you do have social media on your phone, you're like, yes, but I'm sure that's not true for me. Because, like, everyone wants to be on social media because it's fun and, like, entertaining. But I do really think that I really just felt happier in general. I think there's been more than a few moments this week where I would have felt worse or I would have kept feeling bad if I would have had social media on my phone, and the fact that I didn't made me feel actively better. So sadly, my parents were right. Who would have thought?
is Sunday. I just got home and I spent most of my day at my parents' house. Honestly, the only moment where I missed social media today was because I was talking with my dad about a commercial I saw at the movie theater this week, and I wanted to show him, but I have YouTube blocked, so I was like, wait, I have to show it on your phone because I can't open YouTube. But that was literally the only problem. So tomorrow it will have officially been 7 days, so I will do a like final update tomorrow. But I do have to say, it's not like I'm really craving social media in the way that I expected. I really thought that I couldn't wait until like Monday came around and I could be on social media again. Yeah, this was a very interesting experiment. I am reorganizing my bookshelves today, which is why they're empty, but it is Monday morning, so it is time to do the 7-day recap of this challenge. I think I've talked a lot about like my general thoughts and opinions during the week, so I don't think we need to do a full recap, but I think the most important thing that I've taken away from this week is that I just want to be more intentional with the time that I'm spending on my phone. And like I mentioned before, I do think that there are several examples this week where I felt better because I wasn't on social media. So I thought it would be interesting to go look at my stats for today, or for this week. So I just got a notification this morning from my screen time for last week, and my average screen time was 2 hours and 8 minutes a day. And last week, or the week before this challenge, it was 4 hours and 32 minutes. So it was 53% less this week than last week. So I think the final step of ending this little experiment is setting up my new restrictions. Like I said, I use the app Screen Zen. This is a really nice app because you can add a lot more details to your blogs. I think with just the iPhone screen time, you obviously can a screen time limit, but you can also really easily remove the limit. With this, you can also add limits for certain days or certain hours. So I think that's what I'm going to do. What I have done between 8 o'clock at night and noon, I have blocked Instagram and TikTok completely. So I cannot be on those apps in the evenings and in the mornings. And then I have also set up a 2-hour time limit for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Netflix altogether. So if I spend more than 2 hours on any of those apps, either individually or together, all of the other apps are blocked. So this was a really experimental week for me. I think it was a very positive experience. I think I mostly just realized how much nicer it is to not be on social media. So I would definitely recommend trying this for a week. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment or a like, and I will hopefully see you again in next week's video. Bye!